I've put together all the best questions you need to ask to find a great dog trainer.
Right now, dog trainers are not licensed in the United States, meaning that there isn't a governing body that says, hey, you have to have a certain amount of schooling, you have to have a certain amount of certifications to call yourself a dog trainer or a pet behavior consultant or whatever. And so it's kind of like the wild, wild west out there when you're looking for a dog trainer. One thing that you can do is ask about the dog trainer's certifications. Now, certifications are not the same as being a member of an association. A member of an association may have some sort of criteria, but basically you're going to pay a fee, fit the criteria, and be a member. We're looking for someone who has taken the initiative to go to school, even when it was not required of them to hang up their shingle as a dog trainer or to make a living. Which certification? Well, there are tons of certifications. And so what you want to do is learn about what that certification means. You're looking for something with academic work, so studying, and also hands-on work, training dogs. You're looking for some sort of hourly requirement where they've had to complete a certain number of hours training dogs. And you're also looking for annual CE requirement to keep up that certification. Always, always look for a certified dog trainer because they've gone the extra mile to make sure that they're well educated and can do the best for your dog.
Ask your dog training professional when they last attended a continuing education webinar or in person lecture or clinic. You want to hear that they're able to list off where they went, right? What webinar it was, for example, and that it was within the past year. Don't you want a professional that continues to expand their knowledge? Or do you want a professional who's been doing the same thing for 20 years? Look for those dog training professionals who are seeking knowledge and new techniques by going to continuing education at least every single year. If you ever hear a dog trainer say they can guarantee your dog's behavior, hang up the phone or get in your car and drive away. No one can guarantee anyone's behavior. You can't even guarantee what your computer will do tomorrow, and that isn't even a living being. What dog trainers can do is tell you that their methods work for most dogs or work for dogs like yours or are in line with science, but they cannot guarantee your dog's behavior. And this is really the $1,000,000 question. What methods does the dog trainer use? Everybody's got an opinion about how to train a dog or how to teach your kids for that matter. However, as a veterinarian, I have to follow the science because behavioral medicine, just like every other medical discipline, is built on science. So what does the science say about how to train dogs? Positive reinforcement is a highly effective method supported by research. And in research studies that have compared positive methods and more negative methods like punishment-based methods and physical methods, positive reinforcement was very effective in training dogs, and the dogs were clearly less stressed with positive reinforcement. In addition to that, studies show that pet parents who use physical or punishment-based methods are more likely to be bitten than pet parents who use positive reinforcement methods. So we're going to follow the science and only use positive reinforcement dog trainers. If the dog trainer says that they use choke collars, pinch collars, or shock collars, politely hang up the phone or drive away and go find yourself a positive reinforcement dog trainer who understands the science of learning.
Your top three questions that a pet parent needs to ask a dog trainer, because I think you and I have both been in this situation where a client comes in to see me and she says, I'm working with a trainer. And I say, oh, great. Okay. So tell me about this trainer. And it's usually someone recommended by a neighbor. And of course, personal recommendation, you take that pretty highly. But then as you're talking to them, like I just was in an exam room and the client had described that when her dog barks at other dogs, she yanks on the leash. And I said, oh, did the trainer tell you to do that? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, no, that's no good. So what are the top three questions, one, two, and three, that you think pet parents should be asking potential dog trainers?
Number one, are they strictly using positive reinforcement? So that means using treats, using toys, using food, praise in certain cases, but you don't really want a balance trainer in my eyes. That's somebody that's going to use correction. So I think it's super important. I also ask them what tools do they use? Do they use a prong collar? Do they suggest a shock collar? Do they suggest a citronella spray collar? Those kind of things are red flags for owners. Electric shock collars, like they're red flags for owners that trainer is not using positive reinforcement. What's the last course that you've taken? Who do you follow in the dog training world? Because if you're in this world, you follow people, everywhere. It's a very surprisingly close-knit community. So it's really just digging in, who do you follow? What courses have you taken last? Do you have any certifications? And that's a big one. A lot of trainers will say no, but I think if you kind of stick to those 3 things, you at least get a good idea of what kind of trainer or what kind of background that trainer has.